breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
That's right. You're listening. The Glitterbois.
So we're trying something a little bit new this time. We've, in the past, done deep dive episodes talking about specific OCCs, but I figure it might be more interesting to compare and contrast a group of similar OCCs. And since we just finished our run through the West trilogy, Lone Star, New West, Spirit West, I figured that a good way to kick this off, an example of such a group of classes, would be what I'm calling the Slingers.
There are a number, depending on how you count it. I was looking at it. You have your four core slingers in New West, right? So you got your gunslinger, or excuse me, your gunfighter.
Yeah. The gunfighter is the only one that's not a slinger, but he's a slinger.
He's a slinger. Yeah, absolutely. You have the gunslinger. So gunfighter, gunslinger. Your psi-slinger, which when I reread it last night, I was surprised about some of the stuff I missed.
Yep.
The wired slinger. And then, depending on how you stretch it, there's one or two of the full conversion cyborg mods that are basically slingers, but I don't know if I'd want to include them. Because one of the models is like there's the kid and then there's the other one. But maybe we'll talk about this. Maybe we won't.
Yeah, the super slinger cyborg is the one I think you're thinking of specifically.
It's like
Borgs are interesting in that it's really hard to classify them because, again, this was from a book when the Ultimate Edition didn't exist.
Right.
So this was based on Butts Edition Rifts, and Borgs were a little different. Not nearly as awesome as they are now. I mean, they were awesome, but they got quite an uplift.
Well, this book kind of gave him an uplift. It also gave him a downlift. That could be something we could talk about some other time, because the tramp miner cyborg, kind of the broken down mining cyborg.
Well, it's an adventurer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it. I love that class. But
slingers. So, we go to page 90 there, and we go to the gunfighter, which kind of starts it off. It's a pretty robust class. As with many of the classes in New West, it has some really cool, unique features, class abilities and bonuses just that are unique to this class. The big one of note, the big two, is the weapons master. They pick it up, they can shoot it.
Yeah.
Right? That's actually kind of cool. And they get right off the bat, I think they get just an extra attack. If they're using any sort of gun, old style, bolt action, energy pistol, energy rifle, they just get an extra attack if they're using a pistol or a gun. And well, that's kind of cool.
Any gun includes rail guns.
Yeah. Just any gun, they get an extra attack.
Yeah.
They also get disarm shots, a called shot with a disarm shot, a +3, which is cool.
That seems to be prevalent in most of these classes, that one at least.
And then it starts with the horror factor bonuses, which...
Are you talking about the horror factor or the save versus horror factor?
So it gives you a save to horror factor, right?
Okay.
Which I considered foreshadowing for the end of the special abilities, which is I don't think they had done this in any other books.
Man, these books are so old, and we've read so much since then. It does kind of get all muddled. You kind of forget what does it. But I think this by now horror factor. Or escalating horror factor saves is actually pretty common.
So no, I was talking about the special ability 6, reputation and horror factor, where the class, just because people will know your reputation, you have a horror factor.
That's pretty rare too. Yeah,
and if you think about it, you go back to your spaghetti westerns. When Clint Eastwood walked into the city, everyone knew the man without a name, and they were scared of him. They're like, oh crap, that's that guy, right?
Well, this one's pretty cool, right? But it doesn't kick in until level 6, and it starts at a horror factor of 8. So,
right.
But it goes up. So over time, it'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll go up to a horror factor of 14.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
At level 15.
Like you're just going to scare someone down. You're like, Grr.
Okay. So folks, listening at home, remember that. We're going to come back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, but the other things that this book really introduces, and this class is one of the ones that maximizes the use of it, are two things: sharpshooting and quick draw initiative.
Yep.
So we've talked about quick draw initiative before. It says it's exclusive to the gunfighter, but it's not.
No.
The other slingers also get it. However, the gunfighter gets it with handguns and rifles.
Right.
And I think the rifles part might be unique, but what it is it's a ability that you get an initiative bonus based on your physical prowess.
Yep.
Which I've said this before. I'm not fond of that particular way of progression. I think that it should be level based, and I think it's easy enough to switch it to a level based progression.
I agree. Yeah. Because mechanically speaking, increasing your PP, there's only a couple of skills that can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're playing a plain Jane human, like, you could get the really cool roll and get a really high PP, but odds are you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I've always thought that was kind of funky as well.
It's funky.
It really says, here's this cool thing that you never get.
Yeah.
Is really what it says.
Here's a thing that you might get to use. And
odds are, even if you take gymnastics and acrobatics and everything else that gives you a PP bonus, but we've forbidden you from taking those, then you can't use it. So anyway, but moving on, the paired weapons, revolvers and pistols. This is when it may have been introduced somewhere else, but this is where, like, you're dueling pistols in each hand, revolvers. It starts to get wacky. Like, I mean, paired weapons. I mean, I know you guys have done at least 1-2 podcasts on paired weapons alone.
I don't know. Maybe we did. I know we've talked about it a lot. I don't know if we've dedicated
it's a complex term. It's a complex thing. Like, rules is written, it doesn't necessarily make sense. And then, like, if you house rule it, it can. But now we're adding pistols.
You know, I've gone around in circles with myself on whether or not I like the way paired weapons is written.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, man, this is awful. I'm going to rewrite it. And then other times I stop and I sit and I read through it and I read through it again. And then after the third time, I'm like, oh, wait, no. Okay, I get it.
Well, and
I don't think it's as complicated as it looks, but it's written weird.
Yeah. And then there's the whole auto parry. Like, if you're using paired weapons, can you auto parry or can you not auto parry? And, like, but if you're
frequently, well, here it very specifically says parrying is not possible when two guns are being used as paired weapons.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think updated versions of paired weapons do come out and specifically say things like parry multiple attacks at the same time.
But that uses the action, there's ors, right?
Yeah.
There's not, But anyway, you get paired revolvers and pistols, which is or throw two knives. Or throw two knives.
Well, what it essentially lets you do is fire two guns for one attack.
Yep.
And that is crucial.
Yeah.
Especially if you are a gunfighter.
Right. Exactly. Parrying is not possible. And then you get the sharpshooting specialties.
Yep. So the sharpshooters have... Okay, so fun thing. One might read over the sharpshooting and think, I'm never going to use this. This is silly. It says you can fire a two-handed weapon like a rifle, one-handed without penalty. Okay, I might use that. Can shoot over the shoulder with a mirror. Okay, never going to use that. Accurately shoot while riding a horse. Okay. I'll use that. Shoot while standing on head. Nope, never going to use that. Dodge, somersault. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ricochet shot. That sounds cool, but I'll never use it. I've used every single one of these fucking things, sometimes multiple times in a session. When you play a gunfighter or a gunslinger, you find ways.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then you come to the reputation and horror factor that we were talking about, where at 6th level, you have a reputation. And instead of creating a whole new system of reputation, they go, hey, let's just use horror factor. You were that damn intimidating at 6th level as a gunfighter. You've gunned down that many people in the street or whatever, and they'll know who you are. Or once they realize who you are, they're terrified. They're going to pee their pants. And it gets worse as you go up in level. As you said, eventually it gets to about plus 14 at 15
total
level.
14.
Right. Yep.
So I want to say one last thing on the sharpshooting.
Oh, sorry.
there's a line here that you need to gunslingers, especially gunfighters with the energy weapons, you need to memorize this line. And that is, Glitterbois are excellent reflective surfaces for performing ricochet laser shot.
Oh my God.
If you are a gunslinger with an energy pistol and you have a Glitterbois in your party and you are not shooting that motherfucker at every possible time just because you can, you're doing it wrong.
With a laser gun.
Please stop shooting me.
But you only take half damage from it, and then I get to shoot someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, what? No, stop shooting my armor. It's really expensive to fix. Stop it. But it's cool.
Yeah, it's an annoying thing, but at the same time, if it helps you line up a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can shoot around corners.
This is pretty much like if the Glitterbois is out there tanking and you're the gunslinger at a distance, you through the Glitterbois and the mirror shot. Remember, you've got the mirror shot. That's your number 2 power right there. And the number 2 with the mirror, the number 6 with the ricochet and the Glitterbois, you can pretty much see anyone on the battlefield.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
Then you got some good skills. I mean, you got a good selection of skills you start with. So that type of stuff. When I was comparing it, I didn't think any of these really had more OCC related or more OCC skills or more secondary skills than anyone else.
Yep.
I didn't notice anything particular equipment wise that really jumped out at me that was like, oh, you get to start with a death head transport, like, it's like just because
you don't get that much money.
No,
you don't get any cybernetics or bionics.
Nope.
You get some very basic weapons. If you want, you can get a techno wizard pistol. So that's pretty cool. You get some grenades. You can get a horse or a battered hover cycle. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty standard. I mean, it's a solid class.
Yeah.
It really much is it's your man at arms with some extra cool abilities, right? I mean, it's pretty solid.
I will note that, okay, OCC related skills in Palladium classes, I feel are like a crapshoot when it says what you can and cannot get.
Yep.
I, again, in the last few years have taken to recommending ignoring all such restrictions. Just ignore them. It will allow you to create a more interesting character. I don't understand why the gunfighter can't take acrobatics. Why not? Why? I don't.
Acrobatics is one of the 2 things that can give you a PP bonus.
Oh.
But you can take gymnastics, which gives you a PP bonus. So maybe you can't take both.
But I can take any science skill. I can take anything else. But I can't take acrobatics. It's Anyway, I always recommend. Oh, and I get all of this. My character looks like a cowboy with a gun. I know how to ride a horse, but I can't take cowboy skills. Again, it's. No. I would recommend folks just ignore those. You'll have a much more fun character.
Yeah. You do get a crap load of weapon proficiencies, even though technically, I guess you don't need them.
Yeah.
I mean, you do because you get the bonuses, but you get revolver, energy pistol,
and sniper.
Yeah.
So it's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have the man with no name.
Right.
Ramon Perez channeling some Clint Eastwood. Beautiful picture on page 93 of Rift's New West. The Gunslinger.
Such a good picture.
The Gunslinger is a fantastic character class. It's wonderful. If you want, it does what it says on the label.
Yeah.
You look at this art and you look at this label and you're like, yes, everything that this character class does is exactly what you see in that picture. Like expertise is all handguns, does all that stuff. Does he get the extra attacks?
Nope.
He gets +1 melee attack at levels 5, 10, and 15 when using any type of revolver, but he doesn't start with the extra +1.
He doesn't get the +1 attack when using a gun of any kind.
Yeah.
But he gets additional attacks as you go up in level. So, the gunfighter is your all around. I can use any gun I pick up. The gunslinger is I use pistols and revolvers. Yeah. And I'm going to get better and better and better at them.
So now we've got the same quick draw initiative bonus.
Yep.
This doesn't apply to rifles, just revolvers and pistols. Now, take a note that whereas the previous one was every 2 points over 16, this is +1 for every point 18 and above.
Yeah.
Which at a physical prowess of 30, you're going to have a +13 to initiative.
Yeah.
Again, I think you should meet that out across experience levels.
Yeah.
But still, that's nothing to laugh at.
No. And rules as they're written theoretically you could roll that extraordinary PP attribute or bump it up. And at first level, you have a plus 13 to initiative when you're quick drawing your pistol.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to shoot every fucker in the bar and they're not going to know it.
Yeah. This character class reminds me of why we changed one of our house rules as a teenager.
Oh.
Because when we started playing Palladium with a certain group that I played with a lot in high school, we played our house rules for character creation were whatever the number of dice it says to roll one more.
Okay.
Reroll ones and twos.
Oh, yeah.
Drop lowest.
Yeah.
So basically all of our characters were just, combat gods. Yeah. And we're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're broken now.
Okay, you get the paired weapons, you get the sharp shooting, you get all that fun stuff. Now, remember earlier when I said to remember that horror factor? So the gunslinger, the gunfighter gets his at level 6.
Mm-hmm.
The gunslinger gets his at level 1. Horror factor of 8.
Yep.
Which goes up at levels 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, and 15. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for a gunslinger horror factor of 17 from your reputation of gunning motherfuckers down.
Yep. Yeah, that's like... Oh, plus
2 against common folk.
Right. Common folk. So everyone normal, I mean, you run into a hardened squad of CS and they've heard of you and they all shit their drawers and need to run away. Like, and you never even fire a shot. Like that's impressive. Like
you are El Diablo.
Yes. I'm Baba Yaga. Wrong genre.
You get some pretty good saves as well to horror factor. Yep.
But I do like the comment here. Like, the reputation is a two-edged sword. While it may provide intimidation power and blah, 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 it's likely to be noticed. Other people won't like you. They won't want you around. They might be gunning for you, right? Like it's a liability as much as it is a, awesome. So, yeah. And then you get your attacks. You get 3 extra melee attacks with revolvers and pistols only.
Over levels.
Yeah, over levels. You get a little SDC boost, some, punch and disarm, some bonuses to horror factor, and you have a strong will. Like, okay, like a little, here's your little stat block for some extra stuff.
Yeah. And your skills, your starting skills essentially define you as a drifter.
Yep.
You get the basic array here. You get some weapon proficiencies. You get not as many extra skills, though. Only 6 OCC related and only 2 secondary.
Yeah.
But, and you have more restrictions. Again, ignore it. Nothing equipment wise, I think that is particularly broken. Yeah.
No, it's again, it's a good class.
Oh, and as opposed to the gun fighter, which gets a crappy hover cycle, you can get a brand new one.
Oh, you can also get a robot horse.
Yeah. I think, could they get a robot
or
horse?
just a regular horse?
Nope. They can only get a regular. Yep.
Because the robot horse is like one of the most expensive things in the book.
So these are the players of the Slingers.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they probably killed a gunfighter for their robot horse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we jump.
We jump ahead to the psi-slinger.
Yeah, to the psi-slinger. So now we've left the world of
purely skill-based, and now we're adding powers to the mix.
Absolutely.
The psi-slinger is essentially the gunslinger. Now, it makes a note here that it's questionable. And in the opening few paragraphs, the last one of the psi-slinger says, except for their unique powers, psi-slingers are fundamentally gunslingers with the same profession, outlook, and ethics. And this is the one I don't necessarily agree with. However, psi-slingers are generally considered superior. I used to believe that.
Yeah, I don't. There's some parts that I like, I agree with, but combat-wise, so they have some cool psychic abilities. Okay. They can fire bolts, energy from their fingertips. They can do an SDC to an MD tac from 1 to 6 ISP. That's kind of cool. The range is a little short, 20 feet per level, but you always have basically you can do your finger guns and actually shoot someone. That's kind of cool. psychic weapons convert normal ammunition into MD ammunition.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So they can pick up normal SDC guns and shoot MDC rounds out of them. That's pretty cool.
And in the right setting, that's really powerful, right? But they only can do it with D6 MD for 10 ISP.
Yep.
Okay. All the rounds in the weapon are affected up to 15. So that, it's like you got your you have your little 22 carbine repeater that's 15 rounds in it, and you're blowing holes in tanks.
And they don't have much MD or much ISP.
No.
So for 10 ISP to convert an attack to MD is kind of expensive.
Yeah. Then the interesting ability here, the energy conversion ability, that is interesting. That basically any attack of 30 MD or 29 MD or less gets converted automatically for no cost to SDC.
And then anything 30 or higher will still do MD, but half.
Right.
It's a nice defensive thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is neat. Like, I don't know if there's any other class that really does that.
So here's a fun one. All psi-slingers possess the powers of Sixth Sense, Mind Block, Mind Bolt, Psi-Sword, and Telekinesis. Psi-Sword. Plus, they can sense the energy and so on. Okay.
Right.
Psi-Sword is an interesting one to start off. Okay. Well,
so remember, Psi-scape, World Book wise, is 12, and this is 14, but it came out after this book.
Yeah.
And I think they were done very independently. So some of the different telekinetic things that are in that book, and definitely in Rifts Unlimited, didn't show up yet. So, like, I could see I could see several of the TK abilities instead of Psi-Sword showing up there had it been done at a different time. They're considered a super psychic, so they get their
master.
They get the ME attribute times 2 plus 10.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not a lot.
And ME is one that's hard to get high points in.
Yep.
And
it doesn't. I didn't see anywhere where you get more per level.
10 per level.
Oh, there it is. Okay, 10 per level. Right, I said that.
So, okay, they get the same quick draw initiative as the gunslinger. They get the paired weapons. They get the sharpshooting. They even get the same horror factor. They do not get the additional attacks at levels 5 and whatever.
Nope.
So the lack of the extra attacks is, I think, one thing which is going to put the gunslinger above them. However, the psi-slinger does have one very fucking useful thing. It's a tiny little paragraph here. I think it's like one sentence. Also note that the psi-slinger can telekinetically make any psychic weapon linked to them fly into their hands at the cost of an ISP, but it is limited to a range of 10 feet plus 1 per level.
Yeah.
That is so fucking useful.
That is like, when I read that, I was like, oh. And I think they can link so many to them or something like that, right?
Yep.
So, like, the Perez picture that's on page 99 of all hell breaking loose and throwing all sorts of different things, that, like, while the line that says except for their unique powers, they're fundamentally them, but they're considered more superior, I could see perception-wise they'd be considered superior.
Yeah. Because
they are scarier. But are they actually superior? I don't.
So a tactic that I've used that I've never played one, but I've seen with psi-slinger players is a bandolier full of loaded pistols.
Okay.
8, 10 of them.
Right.
You pull out 2.
Right.
Fire them until they're gone. Drop them. 2 more appear in your hands. Fire.
You never have to draw. You just keep shooting.
Never have to draw.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty cool. But they lack those extra attacks, I think. Yeah.
I mean, even with the paired weapon revolvers and pistols, which basically double up their pistol shooting.
It's those extra attacks are crucial. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that.
But
includes a +1 melee attack when using that specific weapon for the entire melee round. It's the sharpshooting. It's a line in the sharpshooting. Is that everywhere?
Oh, fascinating. I might have skipped over that line. Let's go back and look. Gunslinger, sharpshooter.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Looks like it is.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But that's kind of a push. Like all of them have that. So yeah, it's interesting. I almost want to try to play one of these, I think.
Yeah. What I would love to do is run a party of nothing but the Slingers.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. do something like either some Deadwood or some
well, you could do a Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? Like
yeah.
Which actually would fit excellently. Well, we're almost there. But so the psi-slinger, I like how all of these are psi-slinger, OCC, and NPC villain, also known as the psi assassin or an energy killer. Like I think all of them have the like and consider this. Like definitely not shying away from the fact that these are morally ambiguous characters. They're not necessarily good guys. You know, like it's because all of them have that kind of extra blurb of like hired assassin, killer, you know, whatever. Skills wise, they have an okay chunk of skills. They get 5 OCC others, 2 secondaries. It looks like all of them have any physical except for acrobatics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all of their, for the most part, they just otherwise look like the gunslinger.
Right.
Now, this brings us to the 4th one.
Yeah.
The wired gunslinger, page 107.
Yeah.
The gunslinger crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this class. They get automatically all the crazy shit. So augmented strength, super.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You can't, don't go to the augmented yet. Start at danger response.
Oh, well, I don't know if I would consider that an ability. Well, it's more of a curse.
There's a line here. Automatically notices and reacts to movement, especially movement seen out of the corner of the eye. It is an instinctive and reflexive response to draw and point his gun at anything that moves because it could be an enemy or it startles him. And then it goes down and it says, this is the cause of death of many wired slingers. 25% kill themselves after 10 plus 2d4 years because the stress of constant anxiety of thinking an enemy is lurking behind every shadow.
Yeah.
I mean, like it takes a lot of the crazy and immediately jumps up front. It's like, no, you're tweaked up really high. Like you make chihuahuas look nervous. It's like,
so I could be wrong here, but I think this is when the crazy starts getting the automatic dodge. If I don't remember the crazy in the Butts edition having it. I could have sworn that it was only the juicer that did.
I know the juicer did. You have a copy right there. I thought the crazies did get it.
Well, I know that they do in the Ultimate edition. I don't remember if they do in the Butts edition. Let's see. I don't see it anywhere. Yep, They get extra attacks. Hold on. Except vision, enhanced sense of smell, enhanced sense of touch, but it doesn't show automatic dodge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They can leap. They have high reflexes. Oddly, I don't think I see any dodge bonuses. Yeah. Yep. They do get some physical prowess boost. So yeah, I think unless they added them in what was it, Mindworks, which had all the crazies.
Yeah,
unless they added them there, this crazy most definitely does have an automatic dodge.
It has some heck of a bonus against horror factor, which is surprising to me because they're crazy.
Extra attack per melee round, regardless of weapon.
Right.
Major initiative bonuses, plus all the quick draw. Special physical prowess bonus is not quite the same. Sorry. It just gets a set bonus. It doesn't have the okay.
It doesn't have the potentially of like +8 or +9.
It got sharpshooting extra attack as well.
Yep.
Let's see. Reputation.
Yep.
Where does their start? They're known to be crazed killers.
Level 1. Level 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, same they can get up to 17 or 19 versus ordinary citizens. Wow.
And they get they get melee attack bonuses just
At level 5. So I would say that mechanically, this one is the superior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The numbers, I think, work out in its favor. Plus, it gets a guaranteed initiative bonus,
right.
which others don't. Yep.
But that said, starting at level 3, you start picking up insanities.
Oh, pish, posh.
So level 3, 5, 7, 10, and 13, you pick up some pretty nasty issues going on in your head, which added to the anxiety one that you start off with.
So here's the thing, though. Those are role playing mostly. Players who are signing up to play a crazy know what they're getting into. Like that's,
I agree.
they
I agree.
probably expect it and want it.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. That's like saying the juicer's going to die in 5 years.
Which oftentimes never comes into play.
Yeah.
But I think it's been talked about before. The Savage Rifts conversion, the concept of burnout in Savage Rifts with the burn die, I thought would be. I want to figure out a way to bring that into Palladium Rifts.
Just lift,
Just
drop.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, I'm sure it could do it.
So yeah.
Skills wise, I think they get a good chunk of skills. All the weapon proficiencies you could ever want. Someone needs to work on their layout, but they also can't have acrobatics.
A crazy can't have acrobatics.
I know. Well, they can have gymnastics though, but not acrobatics. They can't learn seduction, which I can see the crazy trying to seduce people. They get 2 secondary skills and 5 OCC related skills.
So they're also low in the skill level.
Yeah. They get some fancy clothes, any cool gear, a derringer, a robot. They also can have a robot horse or a brand new hover vehicle. And they get a few like simple cybernetics, a clock, multi-optic eye, which would give them other bonuses.
Oh, well, there you go. That solves it. They got the clock calendar. This is the superior class.
The superior class. But yeah, no, the psi-slinger is an interesting cat. And again, Perez, I think, knocks it out of the park with a picture of the psi-slinger. Like he does not look like someone you want to mess with. Is that his hat with a hole in it? Is that a hole in the hat? The derby on the
I like the boot.
The boot.
The boot flying through the air, I think, is what like really draws that whole picture together. For the psi-slinger.
Oh, for the psi-slinger. Yeah. Well, I was looking at the crazy picture. There's like a shovel with a derby hat. And
That's got to be his.
Yeah.
Perez, I know, has put the derby hat at least on the crazy that he had in what do you call it? That book,
Machinations.
Yeah, of Doom.
Yeah.
So thoughts.
So you have 4 solid classes that give you enough difference between the 4 that it really can go in any direction. Of them, I actually want to try to play the psi-slinger.
Yeah,
because I'm a builder player. Like I like playing Techno Wizards. I like things that build and create. But the psi-slinger has just enough to it that I think it'd be interesting. I really like the idea that for no reason at all, except that I'm a psi-slinger, your first 29 points coming in, I can just turn to SDC. I could almost wear no armor and really like try to be that guy. Because 29 points of MD, I mean, depending on the campaign, you're probably not going to get hit with much more than that. And if you do, you're going to die. So, it's like you take a, one of the plasma mini missiles and you roll a 5 or a 6. Well, you're goo anyway. So, but in like a game that's like a Western-ish type of game where people are running down with Wilkes pistols and revolvers, and it could be a really fun. But all of them are just different enough, I think.
So I think what we should do is have a one-shot scenario.
Oh,
the Magnificent 7 kind of thing. So we bring in at least those 4 classes.
Okay.
Maybe also the sheriff and or the justice ranger.
Okay.
The rest of the character classes are kind of, they just don't quite compare. The Highwayman's all right, but they're just, they don't have that sweet array of abilities.
Right.
And then you bring in like the one weird character that's probably going to appear in the Western, but they're like the Japanese one. So it's like the samurai or the Zen archer,
Okay.
or something. And anyway,
Yeah.
you run through one of these scenarios, or a Borg. We got to get a Borg slinger too.
Right,
So we get
okay,
a Borg
yeah.
slinger, and then they have to defend something in some kind of let's call it the Bolivian army showdown.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It's kind of like From Dusk Till Dawn meets
The Magnificent
Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see this. I may.
From Dusk Till Dawn meets Magnificent Seven. And in fact, I believe Arsno has the perfect town for it.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just enough.
No, I want to.
You want to play this or you want to run it?
I don't know. I've been enjoying being a player more often lately, but
Yeah.
this sounds like something that would be really fun to run too.
It could be really fun.
Yeah.
I may have to. I might get inspired and try to write this up for Camp Wagon Con.
Mm-hmm.
Do it at an evening night.
Honestly, and I
stars.
think you need to make one of the characters not a Glitterboy, but somebody in Glitterboy like shiny armor, just so the gunslinger can do that.
You know how the juicer, the juicer Uprising book has the wannabe juicers?
Yeah.
Make a wannabe Glitterboy.
Yeah.
It's really the Chipwell power armor or Chipwell like exosuit, and he has like he's pasted mirrors like on him, and so at a distance it looks like a Glitterboy, but it's really just a disco ball covered suit of Chipwell.
That's wonderful. There's, in fact, if you there's Seven Samurai, yes, but if you watch anime called Samurai 7,
Yeah, I've
the
seen it. Yeah.
Kikuchio character is the guy in the big suit.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
perfect example. Yeah.
And you design this entire adventure to get this one time, all the players that have the trick shot to shoot,
Yeah.
like kill
Uh-huh.
7 other bad guys or 6 other bad guys.
Yeah, so you do have to have the one character in full power armor that's covered in mirrors.
Right.
But isn't a glitter boy.
But isn't a glitter boy. He's always wanted to be a glitter boy, but he's a wannabe glitter boy.
Well, we got to make this happen.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
And even if it doesn't happen, we can say that it happened, and everyone will think it'll happen.
I heard about that in an episode. Oh, did you now? Well, folks, those are the Slingers. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. This was a fun talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And it's again, it goes back to one of the books that I think you should have, New West. Right? It's a great book.
Mm-hmm.
Great book.
Cool. Well, folks, thanks for listening. Catch you next time. Drop by Discord and tell us what you think about the Slingers. We'd love to hear from you.
Starships, magic, mystic martial arts, romance. All of these can be found in A Cloak of Blades by Isaac Scher. You might have heard my name before. I've done a lot of voiceover work for Breakfast Puppies, and I've recently released my first novel. It's available on Amazon as an ebook and paperback, and you can get it for free if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. I do hope you'll support my work as you're supporting Breakfast Puppies, and it's been a pleasure talking with you today. Have a good one.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons Zero license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterboys. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.